Welcome back on a glorious Saturday morning, 7:20. The reason I'm up so early on a Saturday is because I'm off to Caffeine and Machine. The last time I went to Caffeine and Machine and did a video there, time flies, it must have been 3 years ago, but since then they've been doing so well. They've opened up 2 brand new spots. This one I'm going to is, I think it's in Bedfordshire, but it's about 2 hours away from where I am. So I'm going to ride for an hour to meet up with a couple of people, and then we'll ride the final hour to get to Caffeine and Machine. This is a proper petrol heads hangout. Cars, motorbikes, probably not in equal measure actually. I think it's predominantly cars, but on a lovely day like today, you'll probably get a good 10 or 20% motorbikes. And it's out in the countryside. I think, from what Google Maps shows me, it's an old derelict pub that they've turned into a petrol head's heaven. Google Maps still shows an old abandoned pub on the site of where Caffeine and Machine is, so I cannot wait to see it. If you're heading off to Caffeine and Machine, I would advise to pre-book a ticket, especially peak times, so Saturday and Sunday, and especially when the weather's as good as it is at the moment, because they get so popular in all of the Caffeine and Machine locations that if they hit their legal capacity, which they do plenty of the time, they're not legally allowed to let anyone else in. So to save yourself a wasted trip, pre-book a ticket on the website. It's £10 for a car and half price, £5 for a motorbike. I'll be taking with me the Ride & Sons, I like these, Ride & Sons gloves, Lord gloves, 1960s inspired, and they're available at XLMOTO. Right. Please, sir, I brought my earplugs down. Good. Let's hit the road. Welcome to Caffeine and Machine. I think you'll be able to hear in the background just the sound of car and motorbike engines whizzing past. I'll show you two of the bikes before I go inside and do a tour that we've come with today. That's Danny's Sport Glide, but this is interesting. The Generation 1 Triumph Street Triple with a custom paint job, and the most recent, most updated, and probably most hardcore version of the brand new one. This is the Moto 2 Special Edition Triumph Street Triple. Carbon fibre accents everywhere, and limited edition 46 of 765. You can see there, Moto 2 Triumph. The detailing is exquisite on this bike. You can see the carbon fibre accents everywhere, and a carbon fibre mudguard. Interestingly, this bike is now more powerful than the original Triumph Speed Triple. It's amazing how quickly things progress. We've had our breakfast, so I can now do a full tour without holding anyone up. Got a seating area in here. And some brilliant artwork on the wall, so you can see this. I would say this is predominantly a car-focused spot, although in general it is a petrol head spot, but definitely today certainly it's a car-heavy place. Lovely artwork everywhere, fully stocked bar, coffee, really good menu of food, and if you fancy it, you may be able to jump onto this machine to have a bit of fun. Loads of seating. I mean, they've done it brilliantly with regards to the interior design. And they've got their Caffeine and Machine merchandise and a little shop in the corner. Oh, they've done such a good job with all of the design. And then outside is the most interesting area, because this is where all of the cars are. Have a look at some of these. Classic old Mercedes. There is nothing classier than one of these old Mercedes, and that is, I would class that as immaculate. McLaren, BMW M3, and then a huge lineup of Japanese cars. Looks like a Fast and the Furious lineup. In fact, more than that, this is a lineup of exclusively Hondas. But I think Hondas that we don't get in the UK, so these must all have been Japanese imported Hondas. Have a look at that. I thought the forecast was meant to be 20 degrees and quite sunny, but I can feel some drops of rain. Mercedes, Lexus, Golf R32, a couple of BMWs and a couple of lovely Porsches. And this gives you a good vantage point from the front. So that's where I've just come out of, the building on the right. And then they've got a little outbuilding as well, that black one. Beautiful 911 there. And the bike parking round the back. This is the best way to make use of what was an old abandoned pub, probably with almost no hope of ever being turned into a thriving business again. Turn it into a petrol heads haven. Could you imagine the transformation from going from a pub with, of course, almost no customers, so bad it had to close down, into a business that has had to expand the car park and has a full set of tables in the restaurant area? It's an amazing way to transform these dilapidated buildings. It's a true success story. That was brilliant. Really highly recommended. Caffeine and Machine, The Bowl. It's a huge success story because I remember 3 years ago meeting the owners, who are both lovely guys. And they said to me, when they only had one location, they said it would be amazing if they could replicate what they've done in the first place and open up these automotive-inspired hangouts in different areas around the country that are crying out for places where like-minded automotive enthusiasts can meet, grab a drink, grab a bite to eat, and check out an interesting selection of vehicles. And they've done it. In those 3 years, to have opened up 2 further places is really an incredible success. I've been going for about 30 minutes now, heading home, and I saw a little brown sign saying scenic route in that way, in that direction. And I looked up, and the clouds have cleared, and it's warm, and the roads are empty, so I'm going to head off on this scenic route and see where it takes me. We're just on the outskirts here of Hertfordshire, and people sometimes ask me, why do I have such a posh accent living in deepest East London? This is why. Hertfordshire. I spent 18 years of my life growing up in St Albans. Some people may disagree, but I have a fairly standard St Albans accent. So I've got St Albans to thank for it. You know, it's funny, after not having had the Bonneville for a while, I almost forget a few things about it, but I was riding at the front of the pack today, and all of the guys, 3 guys I was riding with, all of them said, my lord, the sound from that exhaust, it sounds sweet, but it is incredibly loud. I had the loudest exhaust of all 4 of us today. I think I almost forgot what it was like before this exhaust was on, but I remember Monica commented because she forgot her earplugs a couple of days ago, and she said there's no way she's going to go out again without earplugs. I'm not 100% sure if this will pass the MOT, so Joe from the works, he kept my original exhaust, and he did tell me about this. This is an original Triumph exhaust, but it says on the bottom, this product does not conform to noise standards. So if it will get through the annual check or not, I think I'd need a decent chunk of luck, or I'd have to put the standard exhausts back on, but it just sounds, with earplugs, so sweet. Okay, let's head off to this scenic route and see where it takes me. I love summer. Roads turn into playgrounds for car and motorbike enthusiasts. In about an hour and a quarter time span, I saw Mark I Golfs, Morris Minors, 1920 Citroen, and just parking up, filling up with fuel, 2 gigantic American pickups. Everyone's just out on adventures, having fun in their vehicles. And do you know what it made me think? When I was coming over the River Thames, over the Dartford crossing, I was thinking, Fred, just just carry on down south. Carry on down south, grab a ferry over to France and have yourself a little Euro trip. That urge is now very close to impossible to ignore. Monica, pack up your bag. Within 3 weeks, we need to head off on some kind of European adventure. This will be different this time. Monica, I'm going to take you with me on your first international trip on a motorbike.
Where?
Leave everything to me. Everything will be shrouded in mystery until I tell you further details, and we'll leave it there.
That scares me.
Thank you. Have a brilliant week all. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the sun, and I'll see you all in the next one.